6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. President addressing World Summit for Social Development in Doha today emphasized social integration based on equality and respect for human rights. Pakistan and Iraq have reaffirmed commitment to further strengthen ties in diverse fields. The UN Secretary General has expressed solidarity with Pakistan in its efforts to combat terrorism. Security forces have killed 4 Indian-sponsored terrorists during an intelligence-based operation in Kalat district. Kashmiris on both sides of the line of control and across the world will observe Jammu Mara's Day on Thursday. First one-day international of 3-match series between Pakistan and South Africa is underway in Faisalabad. And now the news in detail. President Asif Ali Zardari has emphasized the need for social integration based on equality, solidarity, and respect for human rights. Addressing World Summit for Social Development in Doha today, he called for eradication of poverty in all its forms, promoting full and productive employment and the decent work for all. The president said Pakistan remains steadfast in placing people at the center of policies. Asif Ali Zardari said Pakistan's flagship Benazir Income Support Program has empowered over 9 million families with income assistance, healthcare, and educational support. He said this landmark program remains a model for the rest of the world and has helped transform millions of lives. The president said Pakistan aims to raise literacy rate to 90% and ensure that every child is in the school. Pakistan and Iraq have reaffirmed their mutual commitment to further strengthen the long-standing brotherly ties between the two countries. The understanding to this effect was reached during a meeting between President Asif Ali Zardari and his Iraqi counterpart Dr. Abdul Latif Jamal Rashid on the sidelines of the Second World Summit for Social Development in Doha today. During the meeting, the two leaders reviewed the entire spectrum of Pakistan-Iraq relations. The president appreciated Iraq's cooperation in facilitating Pakistani Zaireen and acknowledged the valuable contribution of the Pakistani community in Iraq, which serves as a bridge of goodwill between the two nations. The two leaders also exchanged views on regional peace and stability and agreed to remain in regular high-level contacts to advance bilateral relations. The Iraqi president invited President Zardari to visit Iraq. The president also met President of Tajikistan, Imam Ali Rahman, on the sidelines of the summit. He reaffirmed Pakistan's commitment to further strengthening bilateral cooperation in trade, investment, connectivity, energy, defense, and people-to-people exchanges. Asif Ali Zardari said Pakistan greatly values its multifaceted relationship with Tajikistan, rooted in shared history, culture, and linguistic affinity. The two leaders also shared perspectives on regional and global issues of common concern. The president of Tajikistan invited President Zardari to visit Tajikistan, which the president accepted. During his meeting with United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres, Asif Ali Zardari raised the issue of Jammu and Kashmir dispute, recalling that it remains one of the oldest unresolved items on the agenda of the UN Security Council. The president urged the implementation of relevant UN resolutions to ensure a just and lasting settlement in line with the aspirations of the Kashmiri people. In his remarks, the United Nations Secretary General expressed solidarity with Pakistan in its efforts to combat terrorism. On the occasion, Chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari drew the Secretary General's attention to India's weaponization of water. He pointed out that India had unilaterally and illegally suspended the water sharing agreement and stopped providing discharge data on rivers, creating man-made disasters for Pakistan. Deputy Prime Minister Ishaq Dar has launched Pakistan's first Google Chromebook assembly line. Addressing a ceremony in connection with the launch in Islamabad today, he described it as a momentous occasion in Pakistan's digital journey. He said that localizing the assembly of Chromebooks will make access to digital tools affordable and inclusive, particularly in education sector. He said this initiative also holds great economic significance, emphasizing that industrial milestone will lay the ground for jobs, supply chain development, and future technology exports. This is Radio Pakistan. Pakistan and Romania have agreed to explore training and exchange programs in areas of maritime safety, ports operation, and digital logistics. The agreement has been reached during a meeting between the Minister for Maritime Affairs, Mohammad Junaid Anwar Chaudhry, and Romanian Ambassador Dr. Dan Stutescu in Islamabad. The minister said Pakistan wants to play a bigger role in global maritime trade by building linkages that connect the Middle East, Central Asia, Eastern Europe, and Africa. Dr. Dan Stutescu praised the quality of Pakistani exports and expressed Romania's interest in importing sports goods, surgical instruments, and agriculture products. He reaffirmed Romania's commitment to strengthening economic and diplomatic ties with Pakistan, calling maritime cooperation a practical way to deepen regional integration and shared prosperity. Pakistan and Switzerland have reaffirmed commitment to strengthen cooperation in education sector. The commitment was expressed during a meeting between the Minister of State for Federal Education and Professional Training, Wajiha Kamar, and Foreign Minister of Switzerland, Ignazio Sassis, on the sidelines of the 43rd session of UNESCO General Conference in Samarkand, Uzbekistan. During the meeting, both sides discussed avenues to enhance bilateral cooperation in education, vocational training, research, and sustainable development. Wajiha Kamar appreciated Switzerland's support for global education and expressed Pakistan's interest in expanding collaboration in the technical and higher education sectors. Ignazio Cassis reaffirmed Switzerland's willingness to strengthen bilateral engagement in areas of mutual interest, including sustainable education and innovation-led growth. 4 Indian-sponsored terrorists have been killed during an intelligence-based operation in Kalat district of Balochistan. According to Inter-Services Public Relations, the security forces conducted the operation on reported presence of terrorists belonging to Indian proxy Fitna al-Hindustan. Weapons and ammunition were also recovered from the killed terrorist, who remained actively involved in numerous terrorist activities. The 556th birth anniversary celebrations of the founder of Sikh religion, Baba Guru Nanak Dev Ji, are underway in Nankana Sahib. Sikh yatris from Pakistan and abroad are reaching Nankana Sahib to participate in the ceremonies and perform religious rituals at Gurdwara Janamastan. More than 2,000 Sikh yatris from India arrived in Pakistan through Wagah border today. The main ceremony of the birth anniversary celebrations will be held at Gurdwara Janamastan tomorrow, in which around 30,000 yatris will take part. Kashmiris on both sides of the line of control and across the world will observe Jammu Marwaz Day on Thursday to reaffirm their resolve to continue the struggle for their UN-recognized right to self-determination. November 6th marks one of the darkest chapters in Kashmir's history, when hundreds of thousands of Muslims were massacred by the forces of Dogra ruler Maharaja Hari Singh, Indian Army, and armed RSS extremists in different parts of the Jammu region as they were migrating to Pakistan during the first week of November 1947. Every year, Kashmiris commemorate November 6 as Jammu Marwaz Day to honor those who laid down their lives resisting the genocidal campaign unleashed to change the demographic composition of Jammu. In the first one-day international of 3-match series against Pakistan in Faisalabad, South Africa were 214 for 6 in 40.4 overs a short while ago. Earlier, Pakistan won the toss and chose to field. And finally, the weather. Dry weather is likely in most plain parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, cloudy weather is expected in Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir, with light rain and light snowfall on the mountains. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.